It's interesting that many so-called history buffs, they're mostly legs, you know, talk about varsity being the last airborne operation of World War II. But it was the 11th Airborne's Task Force Gypsy, which happened 3 months later in Luzon, that was the last one. Even after Germany surrendered in May, the war in the Pacific wasn't over. The 11th had already fought hard to liberate Manila and southern Luzon, and by June, the Japanese, specifically General Yamashita's 50,000 strong Shobu group, were pulling back into the Cagayan Valley up north. General Walter Kruger, who led the U.S. Sixth Army, wanted to stop them from escaping by sea. How do you do that? You box them in. So the plan became sending in the 11th to close off the valley's northern end. That plan became Task Force Gypsy, or some say it as Operation Gypsy. Either way you say it, by the time the op order was finalized on June 20th, our guys in the 11 only had 36 hours to get ready. Just over 1,000 men made up the task force, mostly from the 511th Parachute Infantry plus support. They also brought in the gliders, which we hadn't used over there yet, with gear and more troops. So that was the only glider up in the Pacific. The Pathfinders went in on the 21st, and then at 0900, the 23rd, we jumped in. 507 of us on 54 planes. The drop pattern was solid, but conditions were shit. Can I say that? That's the best I can describe it. The ground was hard as hell, and the wind was upwards of 20 miles an hour. Around 70 guys got hurt just from the jump, and 2 of the boys had bad shoots and burned in. Nobody was shooting at us though, so there's that. There wasn't much fighting at all as we moved south. The 33rd ID had already taken Aparri without resistance, and most of the Japanese had slipped off into the mountains. A lot of the 11th saw the mission as pointless, a general's bright idea or a newspaper stunt. But whether or not we saw combat, Task Force Gypsy still did what it set out to do and got the distinction of being the final airborne operation of the war.